Hey guys, welcome back. Apparently I didn't fix the transition thing. Wah wah. We got another cast tonight. I think we haven't done a Masters game at all this week. Potentially, maybe. I think we've only been on some expert action. So we should hopefully have a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of a treat tonight. We got interesting pivot and we got Amplify, man, and I think this has sleeper banger potential, especially if you haven't been following like roster moves super accurately. This interesting pivot team, I think they're a very special case because they had an older roster, and they did not get a lot of wins, and it felt like they were struggling a lot. And then the last like two matches, I think they've changed it up, but they played like really good teams. So um, it's hard to say necessarily. Wow, let me throw this in here real quick.
Yeah, but even still, yeah, like even just looking at the players of talent on this team, like there's very good potential for this match, right? Obviously, we're going up against a team like Amplify, right? It's a bit more established in the scene, but it doesn't no reason to really discount this interesting pivot team. I mean, hey, we've had some like the snipe potential has not been bad recently, especially big shout out to Steve Parker on that. Like I know like some like times we go back and forth like deciding matches, but like the selections have been good so far. Our selections have been good, right?
We
So
try our hardest out here, man.
I mean, you can't really predict, right? But
Yeah,
maybe that
literally.
same energy gets put through tonight. So
All right,
let's just start with the interesting
let's see if
pivot
that
or
fixes the logo.
amplify.
Okay, we're just gonna go with the black background pivot logo because it's literally white and the overlay is white, so it all just blends together. It's a bang job, really. But we're just gonna stick with that. But yeah, I think we do have a really good game tonight. This pivot team, I think they've been pretty dangerous since they've made their changes. They have Cave on hit scan. We can go ahead and let's just take a roster preview real quick. Fuck it, why not? Let's take a look. They got Cave on hit scan. I don't know necessarily everything that changed, but I know Cave wasn't on the team before. I think maybe Kashir wasn't either. I'm not 100% sure, but obviously they did something right with these changes because they looked really good recently. I mean, I was watching their game
Hmm.
versus Team Z, and I thought it was super competitive, even though they got 3-0'd. I think they got a map on Dildux. So
Wow. I mean, you have to talk about it, right? Like, obviously, when it comes to 3-0, sure, at the end of the day, bottom line is you need to win, but being competitive in those maps, right? Like, the score points don't define everything. And I can just look at this team and say that there's a lot of strong players, right? From Kabe or Cabe, depending on how you want to say it, Kashir,
I think it's
Jono,
just Cave,
Nodi,
bro. The weird thing,
Cabe,
I don't know
okay.
if it's Smacks or Smackies, because I always called them Smacks, but I think they did one of those FaceIt interviews and they called them Smackies. So now I'm like,
You know what?
I'm like confused, but I think I'm just gonna go with Smacks because I really don't like the way
That sounds
Smacky's
fun.
pronounced off of that name. But
That
I'm
just
keeping it
sounds better.
Smacks, bro. But yeah, he's a demon on flex support, so we should have a good series here. And then let's go ahead and take a look at this Amplify roster. It's basically what you'd expect. I mean, I don't think very much
Classic,
has
right?
changed about this team. I think I'm almost there with this transition timing. By the way, I might mess around with it for you guys real quick. But yeah, we can take a look at them. It's basically everything that
Obvious.
you've come to love about Amplify. You got Gap Ewan still running it back. Oh yeah, this is good now. This transition thing looks mad good now. There we go. Okay, yeah. You got Gap Ewan running it
Yeah,
back, man. They've been on a team together for how long, dude? I don't know. Do you
can't
know?
even count, can't even count.
No, yeah. And
I
then
think, well, not sure, not sure. Don't have a confidence.
we got J Man on hit scan, bro. That's goat. I love J Man.
We got Hutch.
Yeah, we got Hutch on flex
Uh,
support. Let me tell you, I watched Hutch at
Yeah.
land. Dude brings tons of energy to the match. So if he's bringing energy like
Oh,
that
that's
tonight, I mean,
important.
it could be really out of hand, really fast. So that's something to
And
really
Business
look
is
out
just
for
a
as well.
monster.
Yeah, he's just a monster. And then Biz, I think Biz has been on some interesting rosters recently. I think he was on Amplify last season, but I think he's really coming to his own on Vendetta. If I were to
Right.
say, I think he's been very good at Vendetta. When
Which
he
I think,
started
I mean, hey,
playing
let's
him.
see
So,
it.
oh yeah.
Even on the bench of these two rosters, you have a lot of like talented players, whether it be like Garchomp for Amplifier, even looking at like Chef for instance,
Amplify's got
Pivot. Like
Arlance
there's
on the bench, bro. Hell no. What a snake, bro. Hell no. Zach, bro, what are we doing? Anyways, yeah, I think we should
and
get a good
also
one.
that be
Yeah,
it
we're
would just
kicking it off, and Amplify get first map pick and ban. We're going to Lijiang Tower. We're getting a Farabban. I feel like we've seen this
I
actually a
mean,
lot
yeah,
recently.
I was gonna say until classic as time, but like not necessarily, but it's really getting close up there. It's been a very effective ban situation. I mean, I think if you don't play, it can be very annoying. So much poke damage, so much poke pressure. And I'm excited. What comps would you say that Amplify plays tonight?
I
You
don't
assume this is
know. I
Zarvent?
haven't watched any Amplify games because I wasn't really interested in any of the games that they were playing. So I haven't really theory crafted on what I think they're gonna play. I do know Gap plays a lot of Malga, so I think this Faraband could be to cover that Malga
That's
pick, unless it gets banned away from them.
I was gonna talk about that actually, because like especially Mal's beginning to get a bit more and more into the meta, right? Obviously, you're talking about Biz being a great vendetta. Obviously, Zarvan's always a good combo there. But if Malg is good, I really believe on Gap in my character, right? Maybe just leverage that fully. But if you're playing Malga, like, how much of a concern as far as like I guess it's
I
not
think
a
Pharah is a pretty
concern about
massive
matchup.
concern to Mag. I mean, you're just giving that Pharah so much ult charge, right? And then you have to start dealing with
Yeah,
Barrage, and I think Barrage becomes a really, really strong macro ult when you're playing against a Malga, just because you can kind of just destroy the Malga with it,
yeah.
unless the other team's
Or
really,
like
really
even
prepared
Cage.
for it. You can obviously there's like counterplay, but I think it really, really makes it way harder to counterplay if you're just feeding the Pharah like a trillion ult charge. So
Right.
I think it becomes much more macro heavy, and then you can obviously barrage Cage, right? Like it becomes really, really interesting, really, really fast. So something to watch out for. And we have the second ban. It is Malga. So say we know something a little
Yeah.
bit here. We're not bums
We know
yet.
that. We know that.
I think I gotta swap sides. I do. Just swap them over,
Talk to your stream real quick.
and then we'll say Amp's ban was the Pharah to cover the Malga, and then the ban from Interesting Pivot was the Malga. See, also, I think they're like people are getting really, really techie about how they ban, because like obviously like if Amp really want to play Pharah on Malga on this map, they should just like protect ban, right? Like it makes way more sense
Right.
to protect ban because you're guaranteeing that you get to play the character. But they don't. They ban Pharah to cover like a Malga, and then they get the Malga ban out early, and they're probably fine playing something else on
Exactly.
this map. I think it's like
That's
it's
what-
like super techie, like the way people go about doing stuff like that now.
No, it's been really good to see, especially the longer like bans have been in the system, which I think is a great change. By the way, it really helps to bring a lot of variety. You're seeing a lot more strategies come through, especially like this one. Like I was thinking about it in my head, I was like, okay, you do get a Malga ban out here, but like Malga has still got so many other maps where he's so good in the pool that you're not losing too much by having it out here. And like for the course of the season, you probably played other comps anyways, so there's not too much loss there. And as we talked about, right, with the Ven being good, you probably just have Gap on Lazar, which I think is the character of his, and we're going into the map.
No, yeah, and we're going to see Zarver's Ram here. Backline's different as well, so honestly, really clash of styles here. Nody's going to opt to play the Symmetra, whereas we're getting the Zarvin Classico from the side of Amplify, and Blizz is going to
Let's
go in
go.
super early here, but
First bubble.
going to have to live and get out. TP's up. Looks like maybe just bait. Maybe access the high ground if the hit scan wants to use it. And
Well, there
actually
you go. Yeah, with
allows
Blizz
Nody to get
using
out
it.
here. Biz is hunting, man, but he hasn't found anything yet. J-Man and Biz are both low here. Really healthy for the side of Pivot.
Nody's
And
looking
J-Man
really low though.
on the coast
Can
here.
they live? Oh my god.
Looking for a
What
kill.
good
Nody
play.
does manage to make it out, and Gap is supercharged now. Trying to
Kashir
stay
low,
alive.
though,
Biz
too.
taking a ton of damage as well. No one's found an edge yet, and Ewan's going to
Nody's
find
dead.
the opener here. First kill found on the Nody. And Cave's going to
We're
trade
business
Biz.
dead
Wait,
as well. We
Cave
get a good trade here.
really farming super early here. He has 70% to his Emerald
Oh
already,
my
dude. This guy's farming. And it's going to be an early point cap for
Yeah.
the side of Amplify, but there should be an ample
Nody
retest
onto the May, by the
opportunity.
way. Nody on the May. That's the big thing to consider here. Probably maybe want to get cops to that right corner there.
So yeah, Gap's going to have a way
May.
harder time on the May here. You see
Good
the
wall
wall
range
on the
blocking
high ground.
LOS. Kashir's
Trying to
so
allow
low.
Kashir to walk, and Biz going to get poked out here. But IP, they haven't really made any progress yet. They've done a good job poking out the Vendetta and the Zarya, but now it's going to be time for Hutch to
Kasune's
go in with the
so
Curie Rush.
early.
You see Biz.
But the wall is good too, but
Nody
Nody's
gonna go down
dead.
early here, and Cave's gonna drop the
Okay.
Emerald back into this here, looking for a trade, but
Might not
hasn't
be
found
good.
one yet.
Kashir's
Kashir's
looking
also
low.
so one here, and Biz kind of alone, looking for more kills, and it's gonna be J-Man finding the follow-up on a Kashir. So another fight win for Amplify here. Kirish versus Emerald.
Yeah.
And they're honestly looking pretty prime for the rest of the map with Nody swapping to the May. He's reset his ult charge there, so there's no symbol or Maybliss coming up here, and everything's coming up on the side of Amplify here. And Kashir's also a little
Yeah, I
behind on his
mean-
Isle as well.
There's going to be a lot of thoughts coming down to like how Jono and Chef can use their support ults here, right? That you have to leverage that a lot. Wall goes early. Wall is a bit failed though. You probably just see J-Man go to that lights and apply the pressure that he's been applying throughout this entire.
So yeah, and here's the Juno right from
Orbital
Jono. Looking for anything,
no,
but
everyone's in
Gap
it,
is
like,
just in the
Kabe's not in
backline
it.
here. And he's walking super hard, but he's
We'll
gonna
die.
go down. Emerald from the side of Ewan.
Wait, Wall onto
J-Man
Chef!
finds one, and Chef's gone.
And that's double support ult there. Like it's not necessarily too well boding here, and they will have 3 ultimates including.
Yeah, Jono's
Kashir,
getting
which is a bit
poked
scary.
super hard early by J-Man, man. This guy's a monster on the Imray, and Biz gonna drop the Vid
Oh
ult.
my god!
Gonna put a ton of
Kashir.
damage into Kashir, but will still be able to live here. Blizz and Ram ult coming up here, but Gap has the grab and Ewan has the beat.
J-Man looking low though. It's about how
You
do
see
you play
Gap
fight
is
without
looking
getting
for the
hard
grab
but
here.
Gap is looking low.
And he finds
Gap
it onto the
is so
backline,
good.
but Cape finds Biz early here.
so
B comes out, but they're going to be able to stabilize
But
with the grab.
Annihilation.
Kashir drops the 9 to this. Gap has a lot of bubbles
They're
in
gonna
his
kite
healthy,
it.
but has to get off the point. And finally, IP, they're going to find a retake here.
And I think that's a really important fight. When sure you're at 99, right? And sure he also have to consider the Kitsune coming up, probably like Amplify's biggest win condition. But the fact that you win that fight is very impressive. You're gonna have the mail, and you're gonna have Kabe.
Yeah, but you're walking
really
into Kira here. Jono's gone.
And that's the way to
DPS
kill
from the side
it.
of
Wow.
Amplify, they've really come alive. J-Man finds the opener. Biz finds Cabe. Chef's gonna find a big trade here, but Nodi drops the Blizz, and nothing's found. Hutch coming up on the Kira Rush here. Should basically end the map as soon as it's built and they use it. And the recontest has to come in for an interesting pivot here, but Kashir, he's going to go down immediately.
Oh my god, with the double melee.
And it's going to be point 1 going the way of Amplify here.
Yeah, I mean, interesting enough, right? You're talking about Kitsune maybe being the win condition. They didn't even really need that. Like, wow, well played there. First point looked a bit more convincing for Amplify, but good to see some play coming from an interesting pivot, especially at the end there. Now it's going to be a better question of can they keep that going throughout the entire map and not let unfortunate situation happen to them.
No, I mean they looked really, really dominant, but I think that is going to be the best Zarvin point of the bunch. To be 100% honest with you, I mean it's just so tight, really, really hard for the side of Pivot to walk through all these chokes, especially when Biz kind of just do whatever he wants and go in and out as he pleases. And also the late spot from Nodi was just it felt a little like desperate. Potentially.
Yeah, it also felt like whatever angle like J-Man was on was very comfortable, like kind of hard to contest. I can understand that, but I think it really started to add damage throughout these fights. Nodi now onto the Echo.
Yeah, he's looking for you.
And so what a bubble.
Gotta be careful, but J-Man finds a double with the grenade to start us off here. So Amplify, they're gonna start marching forward here off the 2-piece from J-Man, and I don't even know how he got it, bro. To be 100% honest. It's just fundamental ball on the Emre, man. I don't know what else to say.
It was just green. It was just green. Like there's nothing more to say.
You think those are like off the map kills or something? Like you and Boops and like maybe J-Man got the credit with the nade. I actually have no clue. Like genuinely no clue. That's gonna be a replay viewer moment, bro. And he's
I'm gonna try to check
to ult so fast, bro.
Yeah, he's already at 49. Already looks like it. Interesting pivot trying to go for right side. Play for that white room makes up. Adds a lot of sense. Granted, you might be also playing a bit more into that Zarven, but
no, this white room take can be pretty brutal here. Biz does get poked out early, and Kashir's managed to walk out of this choke. So
Nodi
signs of life for Pivot here. Kashir
is on the way. Biz is
Bubbles
so
thrown onto him. He gets chunked so hard, and Nodi's gonna find the opener here onto J-Man. So lack of damage for the side of Amplify. We'll see if they can find a trade. And oh my god, this Vendetta is activated, dude. 2 little slashes and 2 people are dead.
Yeah, I mean, I think you understand why they play this Zarven. They have such good turns with it. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, and you can see Gap gonna find the second here onto Nodi. Chef, 1 HP has to try and get out, but won't manage to. And Kashir follows, and it's another fight win for Amplify. Even though J-Man got picked kind of early here, they're gonna withstand it all. They're just walking into the spawn looking for more, man. It is brutal out here. Hutch already has the Kirish available too.
I was gonna say maybe there's an argument they go for that here. I mean, look where J-Man is probably gonna back up, but like you have such a good ult control situation here. While your closest hopes are the DPS ult for interesting pivot here. It might be a bit tricky to get those actually really active or effective. They also get really stuck on this right side here. Kind of like hard for me to really.
Yeah, you see Gab is just shooting these right clicks, bro. Like he's a
the right clicks are deadly.
Like, rocket tower, just throwing him, and he's so charged to do 1 trillion damage. He's building the grab so fast here, and Pivot, they're on the point again, but I think Hutch might end up starting us off here with the Kira Rush. Here it comes.
Yeah, might just go right through on this lane here.
Start walking in. Kashir has told Block here to try and live, but it's going to be the ult from Biz. Kashir's gone. Cabe has to do way too much.
And will it be enough? It appears that the answer is
not going to find the kills here. And interesting pivot. They're going to go down on point 2, 100-0 and Amplify. They're going to go up 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the first point had these men to contest. That second point looked a lot comfortable, truth be told. I mean, they walked through responding, got an extra pick, right? So, good place to Amplify there. Still a lot of hope for some pivot, you know. Sure, it's a control map that everyone plays, but maybe give yourself something a bit more comfortable. Or you could go a bit more for your other bands, maybe it be a Ven or something. Still a lot of time to play the series. And yeah, I can't get an answer on if that was just like a bloop or not.
Yeah, I honestly have absolutely no clue if that was a fluke or not. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Like, it was Amplify's map pick and ban. And honestly, I think that the ban phase really went their way. I think they really had it like turbo brain. To be 100% honest with you. Like, I think everyone knows that they want to play. I think everyone knows they want to play Malga, so they kind of prepped this out, knowing they may have had first ban, and it really went to plan if that was true. But it's gonna be interesting pivot. To kind of set the pace on this next map, and they're going to send us to Gibby and ban Tracer.
What's your thoughts on that one?
This is interesting. I think tracer bans on Gibby are super weird because I feel like a lot of hit scan play are a lot of tracer players at least. They're kind of like tracer or bust kind of players. I think in my
Right.
opinion, like and then the way it like affects the dynamic of like pushing the cart through is also really interesting because like Genji and like other heroes I think aren't as effective at pushing cart as tracer is just because she's kind of like so survivable alone. So we'll see if that has any like real impact to this. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I think it's gonna be business as usual here. Just maybe less like crazy point force from the tracer, and obviously no pulse bombs available, which I think if
I
you're
mean,
playing
you
on a break
know,
could be big.
I don't know. Part of me is also kind of interested by the Tracer ban. To some degree, maybe I thought that maybe the Tracer could be a better play for interesting pivot here, right? Maybe like into that Ven comp especially, but I don't know. I've got some feeling that Amplify maybe like Gap goes over to the Diva or something like that. But like I feel like there's a chance that he just plays Arven here as well. Like, even though it's weird.
I'm also
Like-
pretty sure that Biz does like play tracer and Nodi is. I think
see.
Nodi. Whenever I watch Nodi play, is more of like silly flex DPS hero guy, like not silly.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know,
Yeah, I
you
get
either
you.
have tracer or you have everything but tracer in your pool.
Yeah,
He's kind
exactly,
of. I
yeah.
feel like he was kind of brought up on the everything but tracer kind of wavelength. So
Okay, I mean that's a good. Okay, yeah, I guess and that's meaning to learn more.
it's gonna be
players here,
Kiri ban from Amplify. So
but-
interesting little
Elemental
ban.
guy is in.
I don't know.
That
I don't know
would
who
be-
Elemental is. I'll be honest, bro. I'm so close to knowing every single player on every single team, but I'm not there yet, man. So
Well,
close.
it's Elemental for Nodi, so I guess you have to go down the path of Sam Hover and Genji. So that's probably what they're going to be going with there. Which I like the Genji picks, right? I think if that's what you're going to go for, maybe if you can find stuff like
Yeah, especially with the Kiri ban, you might see on a Brig come out. In which
Oh, yeah,
case, like you're
very.
getting Nanoblade fight wins, which could be really, really good. And you see, Ewan's gonna rock
yeah.
it out on the Jetpack Cat, so I actually really like this.
Biz on
Maybe
the.
not, but
No, I can't. You know what? I can't turn. Like we've seen the Jetpack get played a good amount of times here. I've seen. I think we've once in OWS as well. It is a tactic that's used, and I don't hate it, especially for this early part.
I think the way you described it as it is a tactic that's used is exactly how I feel about this, bro. Like I have no faith in the Jetpack. Every time we've watched a team play Jetpack Cat, they've lost, and I don't think that's a problem with the Jetpack Cat necessarily. But man, we'll just
No,
see if
we've seen
Ewan
teams
can
win
break
with
this
it. We've
record. I
seen
swear
teams
we
win
haven't.
with
I
it.
swear we haven't, bro.
Dude, I remember. I'm trying to remember what the matchup was. But, like, it was like on a Esperanza. The Jetpack Cat killed 4 last fight. Like, no, we've had.
Maybe I don't know. Well, looks
I gotta
like he's
find the
gonna stick
VOD,
it out
but-
here. No, we're swapping.
Are we? We have to be, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Lucio, sick. All right, J-Man on Widow.
Wait.
Never
J-Man
mind,
POV.
J-Man off
Oh,
Widow.
never mind. Swapping off. Okay.
And it's gonna be on a Lucio here. I can't say I dislike it. I think
What's the Winston
I think the
mirror?
beat can be really important here, especially because you're playing against a Genji. So I'm really
Right.
not a hater of this at all. You can see Elemental guy getting
Oh,
active
look
early
at the
here, but
nade. Oh
gets
my God.
naded
Can
and has to find a
Elemental
way to
live?
live.
Elemental's living.
Yeah, he is, but maybe not anymore. Goes down.
Not for
Biz
long.
Gonna find the kill, and Kashir goes
Kashir
down
dead.
next.
Wow.
We're in a Winston mirror as well, so no Diva getting played.
Exactly. Honest Overwatch is back, some may say, depending on who you are. Now, just a full kite here. Will it be enough to live? Yes, it will.
And you see Gab.
This is going to be very interesting.
So aggressive here. Elemental guys hopping over to the Reaper. That is a pick, man. Every time we've seen the Reaper, it has not been great, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see. We'll see if he can make it work here.
Yeah, let's see if they can prove us wrong with that, right? Also, keep an eye on Hutch. 50% of that nano. That's going to add up to price.
Yeah, you
And
also
Card will be at
fucking
this
beat
corner.
here.
Will be okay.
And Elemental guys
Elemental
going really
low.
deep here. Gonna rake out, but gonna need care. You can see Gap trying to capitalize on it.
Cabe
Jono gets
nade onto
naded.
Jono.
So this could get
He's
sticky
too low
now,
as
and
well.
Cabe is really deep on this angle. Elemental guy TP'd
Oh my
out
God,
on
look,
Gap,
look,
just
this
trying to
one-
force him out here. And the pace of the game is really slowed down for IP. I think that's what you want with the Reaper. Make it
Yeah.
really, really hard for Gap to do anything and let Kashir kind of stuff the backline and kind of make
Exactly,
Amplify
and
find
let-
a way to beat you.
And let your
he's gonna find a
backline's a bit
pick.
more pokey, win with it, and
Biz-
there we go. Yeah,
Gone, but Cabe so low and out of
Cabe-
Ellis of the
so,
supports.
Cabe
He's gonna go
will
down here.
die.
And here comes the Nano onto Gap. We'll see what he can do
nano
with it
advantage,
here.
mind you.
Looking for Jono. Jono doing everything in his power to live. Ewan's gonna find Elemental guy. Jono does go
But
down.
Jono gets the nano at the last second here, but look at Chef on that corner, pushing a lot of damage. Bubble
Shear's still
Wolf
alive
is
here, and
good.
Chef gonna drop the ult into this. Hutch gets traded, so not out of the woods yet. Gap does get hit by
Stun
the
on
ult, but
Gap
has
as
Primal
well.
available, and Chef has to get
Oh
out
my
here.
God!
And Kashir has Primal, gonna
Kashir
use
gets delay
it.
with Primal.
Chef is dead.
Is it
and
Korean?
J-Man
J-Man's low.
Someone
Can
has
it
to
be
touch.
touch a point? Yes.
Oh, the point from Ewan! No way! In the first point,
No
gonna get
way.
captured. Jono
Oh
dropped
my-
Nano onto Elemental guy as well, dude. IP, if they had a touch, they had a fight win. But now
They
it's
had
gonna
a
be
fight when they could have
4-minute
changed
time bank for Amplify, and oh, you just hate to see it.
You really do, but like also well played from you in there. Like it was so close to being right. I don't think you can hit their playmaking there. Maybe like a bit of it might just be hindsight. Just anyone gets the boot for the century, and that's what it is.
No, yeah, it was just a heads up play from you and to boot him off. And J-Man's gonna find the opener here on the Cave. You see this Imre doing so much damage to the Winston on the dives.
Yeah, already Hutch at 50% to another one. Biz is dead though. Chef has been quite scary.
Elemental guy is so low over here, trying to stay alive, but I don't think he's gonna be able to, and just gonna go down. Ewan finds another here, so Lucio has gotten really active on this map so far. Really instrumental piece in Amplify's success so far.
But my take so far is that like if interesting pivot can maybe slow down and stabilize, it can give himself a bit.
Yeah, Kashir's in, but he's so low. You can see all of Amplify.
And it's a really bad split here.
And there's no LOS for any of his supports right now. Trying to get to the Mega, but just gonna go down to Hutch. And interesting pivot, man. They need to find a sign of life.
Looking a lot more
gonna get antied here.
Wait, Elemental's in that room.
But Elemental guy,
right? Oh my god.
Gonna go down, and J-Man's gonna find Jono. And Amplify, they're just walking this cart forward right now. Maybe a recontest available for interesting pivot, but they have respawns coming in super late, one of them being the Ana, so see if they're able to...
Look at Cave, now over to the cast, by the way. That's another thing to consider here. Elemental still has his Blossom, but you're walking between Nano
and you see the
Reaper
getting really low early here, but gonna go down to J-Man, who's gonna get the Nano and the Emerald, and Kashir, I'm so sorry, son. You are gone. Cave actually lives. Wait a second.
Does Hutch? I mean, not Hutch. Does Jono? Jono does.
Jono lives too, so it's going to be
Elemental onto the Mauga.
Elemental guy onto Bastion, Cave onto Widow. The support ults are coming back online for the side of interesting pivot, but it's going to be the dupe and the beat available for Amplify.
As well as a Primal close as well.
Yeah, it's looking dire here. It's going to have to be a massive nano onto Kashir here.
Yeah, I think part of it is that part of it is gonna have the like contested part so heavily in this mid fight, right with the Bastion play for that like rotation from Nade.
Yeah, and you can see the beat Nano
will be early.
No, the beat
oh my God,
Duke comes in super early here. Nano's gonna get thrown onto Kashir, but I mean the kite's already been found. J-Man gonna be able to live here. I'm gonna get a Nano for fun here. As
and Chef might die.
Has to get out. And Chef, yeah. Seen better days. Kashir does manage to get out here, so there should be a recontest here for the side of pivot, but so far it's been all Amplify. He's trying to boot the Bastion off. Bye-bye, Elemental guy, but Gap's taking a lot of damage, and Kashir is kind of low here, but Gap's dead. Kashir might be able to hold the Primal now. Gonna go back up looking for this in the top, but hasn't been able to find anything, and J-Man's gonna kill Cave.
J-Man on
really
the Hanzo, by the way.
Trade found is J-Man. Trying to find a way to live.
I think it might be committal of Primal here.
HP in the room. Sleep Dart goes wide. And Hutch gonna have to live.
Oh my god, is that a 2-pick?
Not managed to, and Primal is still available here. Kashir still hunting on the high grounds. J-Man has been so aggressive. And Gap's back on the ball, but he's so low. An interesting pivot here. They might have stalled out for a little bit of time. No ults available for Amplify. They're gonna get Dragon Nano, but it might not end up being as impactful.
Gap on the Czar, Biz on the there we go. Now that
Vendetta as well, so we're back to the Czar Vendetta we saw on map 1. We'll see if it has any effectiveness here in Cave.
I think it's a smart pick, especially if this team wants to play a bit for the low ground, just hard post point right with the Bastion.
But Cave's gonna swap.
I think it's a smart pick too. Can't really hate that. You might need some consistent damage throughout the fight.
To what?
But to what?
He hasn't swapped yet.
Is Cave even swapping? Never mind.
No, he's back.
He's corrected. We're chuds. We don't know what we're saying. Elemental will have the Bastion.
He's gonna swap. Yeah, and here's the Bastion from Elemental guy. It's gonna just get thrown on the
First
Gap.
bubble gets forced.
Give him a ton of charge, but we'll also force the bubble. And Kashir
less of a force, more of a charge. That
is getting aggressive here.
Biz on that high ground.
Has Primal available, so he can get really deep whenever he wants. And the nade is good. Hutch is antied, but honestly, the kite is really nice. As Biz is gonna go down. Chef finds Gap. Jono gets traded, but still a 4v3 in favor of pivot here.
Kashir might commit this.
Still has Primal, but J-Man gonna find the trade. Knows he has to be careful. LOS in Cave.
Might be a bit sketchy, but
you can win this battle of one shots here, man. One little arrow, one little bullet, and someone's dead in Cave. Oh no!
Ooh.
He fucked up.
He
messed up. I'm just gonna wave goodbyes. J-Man looking for Elemental guy. Bastion dropping so low here. Kashir's gonna get the Nano onto J-Man.
I saw the J-Man. Will it be
J-Man goes down. 50 seconds on the clock.
Gap is low.
HP.
This is looking looking like a good hold. You can gap die. That could chase it a lot. Bubble
If Gap
push
goes
as
down,
well.
he does.
And it
Primal's
will.
still up too. Biz does find Jono though. This poor Jono, man, gets traded in every single fight.
Oh.
I feel so bad. And Biz in the back line does get killed by K-Boo. He's onto the cast now, and 30 seconds left. It's last fight territory. Beat Dragon Vendetta versus Primal.
It's a lot. It's an all heavy fight here. Do you think part of their process here is gonna be maybe just like trying to force trying to maybe go on Lucio earlier or something?
Nah, I think they're just gonna try and kill J-Man again. I'll be honest. I think the Lucio's gonna be hard to force, but J-Man's already gone, and now Ewan is getting forced here.
Ewan's a bit low.
B comes out, but
B gone out early here. It's far from cart. It's far from cart. It's not gonna get too much done
stuck
here.
in the room,
Gap
but Gap finds K.
Biz is
We're
dead.
still watching the Winston though. I don't care. Gets slept, but Hutch is dead. Elemental guy finds 2, and it's just Gap and Ewan left. J-Man coming back on the Hanzo. Kashir still has the Primal available as Gap falls so low here. Doesn't have the staying power to
and there goes
stay alive to win this fight. You can see Ewan so low as well, and Kashir plays a really nice Winston on that, to be 100% honest. And
I agree.
They're gonna manage to hold out here.
No, yeah, but really good, what's it called, like, really good ability to hold down that third point, right, slow the game a lot and get it down to your tempo, even when they decide to go that Zard band into you, right? Kashir doing a lot to not get forced too much, I'll be frank with you.
Yeah, Kashir,
not too many penalties, you don't really need them with that discipline.
Really good point.
Yeah, it was very disciplined there.
11 and 4, it's very, very nice. Elemental guy died a lot, but, got a lot of kills. I think just the start of the game on the Reaper may not been the pick they were looking for. Once he got over to the Bastion, man, he started farming, I'm not going to lie.
Agreed. But now it's a bit more of an inquiry. What comp are they going to play on the offense, right? Because while I agree the Bastion today was great, phenomenal, it might be a bit hard to get set up here, right? So things considered there. But overall, good performance, right? Especially on that third point. I mean, obviously it's a place where you can kind of hold them, but they hold them very well in a lot of important fights there.
No, yeah, I think they did a really, really good job on that third point hold. And honestly, I think they just adjusted better. It was just
do you see
adjusted better? Yeah, what's going on? So, yeah. I mean, who knows, bro? They're in spawn, so, I mean, he's probably just going to swap. They don't have a hit scan, so I'm sure he's just going to play like Emre, call it a day. Ewan hopping over to the brick as well, so. Biz also hopping over to the Vendetta.
Chef, son, don't do this to us. Don't provide us hope, false hope. Yeah, exactly. Just get baited again. Hashtag I'm a noob.
Yeah, it's gonna be Elemental going back over to the Genji here. Seemed he didn't really like it that much in the first round, so we'll see how it plays out here.
I personally like the pick, right? I mean, sure you have to like care some things in it, but then there's a sleep there.
Gap is gonna get blown up. Holy cow! The Winston immediately dies, and now Amplify, they kind of have to turn tail and run. This cart is starting to push. And all the space gets forfeited to pivot now.
I mean, you got the best possible pick you could take, right? That early on in the fight wasn't expected, but really good setup from the whole team. There's like all CDs for like shot at a very good way.
Yeah, Kashir, I mean, he wants to get active here. He sees these 2 in the right side, but doesn't want to necessarily go after them yet. And Hutch is going to find K. Wait, this dive from Amplify is so good. They find so much here. Gap is really low.
But Gap is so low.
Does look like he's going to manage to live here, and Jono probably going to go down next, but has made it out so far, but Gap is back in here. Looking for more.
But will Kashir die?
Nate goes a little wide on Kashir, but he will be able to live here, and it's going to be a fight win for Amplify when they need it most, man. I mean, it's one fight away from basically capping this point. Their ulticon looks really, really strong as well.
Yeah, ulticon looks very similar for both teams. Actually, a bit more in their favor since there's been a couple of swaps here in my couple.
And here's the nade. It does find Ewan.
We'll be enough to just give him some space, though. Oh, son.
Son, I can't press the buttons. And K finds Biz. So here's another opener for pivot here.
And Hutch on the corner here. Hutch is so far up.
And Gap's going to find Jono here. I think Hutch might have naded him. As Hutch is going to go down, Elemental guy finds Ewan. The wing's really, really low, but going to be able to live here. And it's just
J-Man on the top is getting ran down.
Gap's also behind right now.
But Biz is back too. Will they get a touch on the point?
But just going to get bursted immediately. Pivot. Great target focus here as Biz goes down next.
Elemental cleaning it up.
They should be able to walk this one in. I mean, Elemental, he struggled on the Genji early on first point on defense, but it's really, really improved on this point, man. I mean, he's really making it work.
I mean, also, yeah, if there's a side where it's probably going to be a bit more favored, I will definitely give it the offense, right? So I was taking advantage of that. Ultimate situations be a bit similar to both teams, but they will have that Wu-Yang before anything else, including J-Man's Emre. Wonder how they play with it. Now just a bit of fight for the room here, letting your Wu-Yang push cart. Probably getting ready to fight that corner. Nate goes out. Gap goes to Primal.
Jono dies anyway. Biz is one, gets traded. Gap in the back line.
Where did the Wu-Yang bubble go to? It went on Jono, didn't it?
I don't know who it went on, to be honest, but it's gone now. J-Man drops the Ember into this just to ice the fight, and Amplify looks like they're going to pick up a fight win here. I mean, Kashir's going to primal. Hutch is dead. Is this winnable?
It might be.
J-Man's low, but it's going to get packed, so don't think Kashir's going to be able to find the kill here, but we'll continue to push the card, which is kind of big. Jono has Nano, and Elemental Guy has Blade. Wait.
Exactly. I don't think you need it. Like that pick is good anyways. You have to force them to go back. It's their honor. Their honor will be in this fight, but so will Jono. You will now have a mirror situation.
Oh, the Nano goes on the cave! Oh my god!
Nobody's gonna get a pick with it.
And Biz is gonna get the Nano in return, and Cabe gonna go down to the Nano inlet. What a blunder from Pivot! Oh my god! Biz goes down, but Pivot is still winnable here.
It's not over. It's not over. Elemental with the blade here will able to do it.
Has Blade,
forcing it on Ewan. Ewan is dead.
Down goes Ewan.
Elemental son
goes down, and it's just J-Man and Cap left,
here, but J-Man has to cut back. It's a 4v2 situation on this point, but Kashir's getting so much damage put on, and Blizz
so much damage, but Gap has to touch here. Biz gonna find the kill. Cabe gonna rip the high noon here, but doesn't find anything.
Might be a bit rushed.
Oh my god, I can't believe we just saw that. Pivot, I think they might have blundered there. The Nano goes on a Cave instead of Elemental Guy, and Elemental Guy still finds 2 with the blade, but it's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, like, even with like that back, they had a chance to bring it back, but a couple of just too many things gone wrong, right?
But Elemental Guy goes
pick up the Biz if you need something away. Elemental
gets traded though, and Kashir's now in.
I think the trade that you'll take. Look at Chef with that winging bubble here. You can just have to shoot force point. If hard stuff gets forced here, you can just put it on him.
Gap has to touch here. Well. 80 to primal, gonna get bubbled off
and
as well.
And the bubble, yeah, will block
but
up.
Kashir's also kind of getting chunked down right now. But Cabe's gonna find one onto J-Man. Here's the ult from Biz. What can he find? The answer is nothing, but it's gonna stall time for respawns to potentially come back. Chef still has the bubble. It's gonna go onto Kashir. Looking for anything here. It's gonna boop Gap, but he already has primal.
An
Elemental Guy.
Oh my god, Hutch is so low!
Goes down! It's looking scary now. Kashir finds another onto Ewan.
Good.
Has primal. We'll see if he decides to use it, but just gonna go down here and Elemental
my
Guy.
God!
Find a nice shot into J-Man and IP Man. They're looking to take this map here. They just have to get it all the way to the end. They're coming up on another Nano Blade opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Which they can probably take very, very well. You know, I mean, Elemental looking very well played there. Cave was still on the cast. I think it even favors him for this point, right? Only big swaps are Biz now onto the Soj, Ewan onto the Wu-Yang. It's a bit more of a poker comp, but not too bad.
Look at Elemental
taking forcing so much on.
He's so aggressive here. Gonna get carried out, but also takes so much of Gap's HP away as he starts
Kashir.
doving over here to help J-Man force out Kashir, but both teams have a ton of ults available. It's gonna be
Gap's also
to see
forcing
how
this
they get
out
utilized.
though, and they'll be mirrored primal here as well.
Ewan's over to
I wonder if Noon just played, but oh my god,
Elemental Guy. Goodbye, sir. Cave goes down next, and IP, they're gonna lose this fight, and honestly, not very good. No ults used from Amplify. Chef will barely be able to live here. And Biz has to start working his way out.
Make it out. So we're looking at a 4 vs 3 ultimate situation here. The Princess is trying to maybe go with an ult dump with that, you know, go for your Nano Blade. They don't really have anything that can actually prevent the death, excluding a Nano on someone, but I doubt how you do that.
And it might be the Blade from Elemental. Looking for Hutch.
Will it go?
Finds the opener.
Will it find 2? Will it find 2?
Looking for J-Man.
No,
doesn't find it, but Cave's gonna find Biz.
Okay,
Gap in the backline. Primaling right now. Has to do a lot, but not gonna find anything
and
else.
Elemental
goes down to Elemental Guy, and interesting pivot, man.
Oh my god.
They're looking primed.
They're bringing it back. They're bringing it back, and they're
swapping over to the Malga. Biz onto the Venture. And they don't touch. And interesting pivot. They're gonna take a map here.
Son, we have a series. That's what we're talking about, right? I mean, a lot better played there. Such a phenomenal map from them, right? The attack was a bit sketchy, right? And they've had a couple of misplays here and there. But what team doesn't? And with the misplays that they've had a lot more success. Very well played by interesting pivot there, but not a bad fight coming out from.
Oh, because you're talking in the chat, dude, bro. Respect.
Get in their head, right?
Respect, bro. I respect that, bro. Talk your shit. But yeah, I mean, what a map from Pivot, man. Their defense looked shaky at times, but honestly, they really got it together for attack. Besides the one missed Nano Blade, I mean, it was basically perfect. I'm gonna be 100% real. I think the big thing is Gap going down so early on first point. I think really snowballed a lot of that map away from the side of Amplify, and then just didn't get the better end of some of those last fights on second. And then I think the ulticon just ended up snowballing a little bit better in whatchamacallit's Pivot's favor, man. It was really good. And obviously Kashir feels very confident on the Winston. Amplify, they said probably no more Winston. We're going to Saravasa.
Get ready to learn Malganese, buddy. So that's probably what I'm feeling here. Do you think maybe like a Vendetta band or something comes out from Interesting Pivot?
I think it would be a good ban. We'll see what Amplify bans first because they could definitely protect it and force it off of Vendetta potentially. But
Yeah, I
they
mean,
also I don't know what they banned. They're not worried about Amalga ban here because it's already gone. They already used it on the first map.
because I also really doubt there's anything in your backline that you really want to attack. So it probably is just a DPS band of sorts, in my opinion. Maybe there's something we haven't seen from Kashir, but yeah, there we go. Right, it's a band. Maybe also preventing the opportunity for Nodi to come in. Because I mean, no, Echo also is a bit good into that
No,
Malga
yeah,
matchup.
they're definitely protecting the Vendetta here. It might be a Zar Vendetta run back. We'll see what how Pivot adjusts here. Waiting on their ban. It's locked in. Just waiting to see what it is. But
Also, don't you love this? It's a lot faster of a pace, right, when it comes to bans and all that stuff. It doesn't take too much on the bow on. We've been having a bit more speedy sessions recently, which is nice.
yeah, I think the sessions have been good recently. I'd say for sure. But yeah, I mean I don't know.
Zarya, there we go.
It is Zarya gone. I don't know if this is actually as impactful as we think it is because I think Amp they want to play the Malga here. We've talked about it for a while. I think that might be their bread and butter. So we'll see how they can potentially adjust here. Let me throw these bans on.
We do have a series. I'm excited. Maybe this could really go all the way. You know what? Speaking of, we did not do a match prediction. We haven't been on top of that.
I had Amp 3-1. I was thinking about it early, but I had Amp 3-1. Not gonna lie. Leaving the door open for your classic pred, bro. Just saying.
Okay. Let me preface this by saying, I think your prediction is right, but the gimmick has to stay. 3-2 pivot. Even though I love X-Mine, I think they probably will just have this down and done.
Oh, don't tell me Amplify actually walk out on that, bro. Don't tell me they actually walk out on that. That is so gross.
But Kashir has been nasty on the Winston. This interesting pivot team has the potential. I really want to see this happen.
Yeah, Kashir's going to stick it out on the Winston. This is an interesting one. He's opted to play that Ramatra on map 1, and it didn't work out so well. So looks like he's just going to thug it out here, see how it goes. Elemental guy also staying in to play the Genji, and Chef's playing
let's be honest. And the conflict they're walking into, right? That's a bad conflict to play Winston in, like, truthfully, right? Like, you can still play a lot of conditions here. And this will be very interesting to see here, the Vendetta versus Genji situation.
Set up on high ground here, and just gonna get poked up by Hutch.
We'll be okay though, especially with a bit of like that new tank perk as well, getting a bit of self.
Yeah, and you see Amplify, they're all wrapping over
Elemental
here towards this Genji, and Elemental guy is dead. Hutch, but really low.
Gap is low.
And so is Gap, but I don't think they're gonna go down, but Cave actually finds
Biz
an
is
opener.
dead!
Biz is gone, so 4v4 now. Point capped in favor of Pivot, but Kashir has to get off the point super early here, and it's gonna be the retake coming from Amplifies. No one from Pivot can touch. And Gap falls really low again. We'll get carried up though, and J-Man,
Cabe will have that
gotta be careful. The Suzu comes out, protects
But look,
J-Man.
Elemental's back before Biz as well, so that could be a bit of a switch. But oh my god,
Yeah, Biz is up, and Elemental guy getting busy on the Genji, man. Biz drops about half HP, but does manage to survive Gap. Also taking a ton of damage here,
Elemental
but Amplify,
looking a bit low.
they still have control of the point.
Biz is solo, Biz will
goes down
die.
again. Elemental guy getting super active.
Look at Chef in that
Chef
corner getting
does
forced
go
up by
down.
Ewan.
Elemental guy still really low. Gap bubbled off from his team, and the point's gonna get retaken in favor of Pivot, and it's just a battle of like space right now, dude. It's literally like a chessboard of who can control more of the map.
A bit low.
And Kashir looks like he doesn't want to give this retake as easily as the first one.
Really putting
so pressure on the Ewan.
And
Ewan gonna have to find a way to live here. Super low. Will he go down?
It
does. Kashir finds it. But Cabe
really low. Gap doesn't have D-Mech.
Elemental guy.
Gap doesn't have D-Va ult. You have to get this point here.
Yeah, Gap is so low. The D.Va gonna get D-Mech'd here. And Kashir coming back in to find more. Gonna find him.
Oh my.
Interesting pivot, man. There are signs of life. Major signs of life here, and they're pushing this to last fight.
No, is it signs of life? It's signs of an advantage here, right? Biz will go up to the Tracer. That's a swap that I hate, right? You looked a bit more comfortable on that, right? The Vendetta had a bit of issues, trying to kill the space. A lot of ability to get marked out by Cave.
Yeah, but Cave's gonna drop the overclock early here. But
Suzu force as well.
It's gonna force a lot of space here. No one's peeking. Amplify might be happy letting this go, but I think Biz actually gets the touch.
Biz will get touched. Biz will die.
Good night, Biz. Finds a massive kill.
Oh my god.
Also gonna find Hutch here. Gap
Kashira's
on
low
the point,
though.
finds Kashira, but Ewan's dead, and Gap not gonna drop the bomb into this. And it looks like point one gonna go the way of interesting pivots. And they're looking for a map 2 victory here. Still thugging it out in the Winston, by the way. Major respect.
I mean, hey, not only thugging it out, winning it out on the Winston, right? I've seen some teams start playing the Winston a bit by bit, and you're starting to understand why. You know what I've been very interesting with this map, though? Chef has had some very interesting angles. Like, Chef has been fighting some, let me tell you, away from the team. It's been very fun to see.
Yeah, and Biz on the Tracer, I actually like this, given that they're playing Kiri. We can go out on the Elemental guy, and the Blade's gonna get dropped into this, and Ewan is gone. They're looking for J-Man, but manages to evade the Blade in the sky, but still goes down to Kashir.
J-Man will die with Emre.
Cabe does get traded by Gap, though. Gap does have Bomb. 4v3 in favor of Pivot here, but ults are available from Amp if they want to invest.
Depends when Ewan comes back, though.
But Elemental guy's gonna find
Hutch is dead.
And Gap so low here. Does drop Bomb into this.
And they will go for D-Max.
B comes out too.
Probably not gonna
so investment from Amplify here.
But the D.Va
see if they can
goes
find anything. And
oh my
Elemental guy looking for any kills he can find.
Look at Kashir. Kashir still has Primal. That's something else to consider. If
and they have point control here. But Chef goes down. Ewan looking for another kill here.
Elemental so low.
Gonna find Elemental
Gap
guy.
Gets two.
And Gap finds 3
Gap
in the
gets
fight.
3.
The D.Va doesn't want to give this one up too easily. Gonna find 4. And it's gonna be a clean retake from Amplify. Only Bomb, a ton of used actually, but a ton also used from the side of Pivot.
Yeah. We're going to a fight here. Well, you will have the ult advantage. That's important to consider. Cave is 6% of the OC. Don't doubt they can build that fast, but you're still
and you see Kashir jumps in and immediately gets chunked down by Gap. The Kira should get dumped into this from Hutch. And Jono gonna get caught out. Good night.
Oh my
Gap
god.
Just hunting right now. 3 on the fight for the D.Va. He's a multi-kill machine. And
I cannot describe it better myself.
They're massively fighting back here. Kirish was invested
Look at Kashir though.
Nothing was used from the side of Pivot. They're coming up on an overclock here.
But look at Elemental. Elemental just on point alone now, dragging a lot of attention away.
Yeah, but it might be a little too deep here. Gonna have to get out, but does get carried. Once this kill bad. J-Man also poking him out, so ton of resources used to keep the Genji up here.
Might use Primal this next fight.
In the backline with the Primal, looking for J-Man. But J-Man doing a really nice job living here with the Emre pistol. Hutch is split.
Hutch getting forced here. Pulse by Biz will go a bit wide, but Gap is going for big.
Cave dropping the overclock here. Needs to find something, but doesn't have any targets in sight. J-Man gets traded 4v4 now. Gap.
Oh, almost a pick there.
Has to use the bomb, but Elemental guy's dead. 4v3 in favor of Amplify. Gap looking for follow-up on a Cave, but Cave does reposition onto the high ground. William was going to get dropped onto the Kashir. And a nice TB from Hutch to keep himself alive as Chef goes down. And man, Amplify, they really turned it around. Second point gonna go their way, and we're 1-1 on Saravasa here.
Exactly, and even their ult situation is not looking half bad at all. Gap won a bit earlier. Will they look to pick on this, or will they get traded?
Does go
down. That's a big trade.
And they're gonna leave the baby. Actually, no. Elemental guy gonna kill it. And Hutch.
But Jono dies.
Finds Jono, so one team down their tank, one team down their flex support here. But I think it still might be advantage Pivot. I mean, so much health of Kashir to chew through, but Gap will respawn really fast here. Already coming back.
Quick thing to talk about. Chef over to the brick. What do you think of that? I personally do not hate that pick at all.
Really good.
I really like that pick.
Really good against D.Va, I think.
Exactly. So I like that pick a lot here. And you can hold this point a bit better, right? So
yeah, and here comes the ult from J-Man.
Emre, Kitsune.
This ult's gonna get dropped into this though. J-Man looking for more. Gap 1 HP. Biz goes down. No D.Va mech available, and Beat's gonna get dropped in from you. And Elemental guy 1 HP. Dropped Blade in the middle of this as well. And the first cap
look at this split by Kashir. Kashir was such a good split there to really get that out though. Gap will pretty much have mech back though, and that will be an interesting mirror fight here. You will have Kashir 83 to Primal closest ult that we've seen on the game right now. Biz will get one though, so have favor with that pulse bomb now. Jono dead, Elemental guy.
Yeah, and it's really turned around here for Amplify. I thought Pivot actually got the better of that first exchange of ults, but the slow neutral really went the way of Amplify as Kashir gets so low. Chef gonna go down. Cabe 1 HP. Blizz finds the kill.
That's another pick.
Amplify. They find a retake here. 36% was built up by Pivot though, so something to eye.
A very similar situation to what second point started off with, right? So let's see if they can keep that momentum going. That being said, no support ultimates. They'll come down to D-Mech and Pulse. Biz looking a bit hot though, so keep an eye on that. Kashir will have Primal, Cable have OC. We can see what they can do with those. Taking the big space now on the left side, and oh my Elemental
guy This is the type of stuff that pisses me off on Tracer, bro. That's the type of stuff that tilts me to no end when the Genji's
But that means the Genji.
But
that means the Genji's doing a good job.
Really early here, and the overclock's gonna get
Elemental
layered in
low
by
as
Cave
well.
and J-Man. Really low, gonna go down to Kashir.
Will die.
+1 for Pivot, comes 4v4
Elemental
as Elemental
dead.
guy gets traded, and Cabe goes down as well. Gap drawing so much burst damage. Chef on the brig, trying to live, but Biz finds the kill. Kashir goes down, and Amplify 80% built up, and I don't think there's going to be a touch here for the side of Pivot. As Jono goes down, Amplify, they're going to go up 2-1 here on Surabasa here, looking to get an advantage in the series.
Yeah, I mean, well played to them there. You gotta hate these trades if you're Pivot though. Like these trades are really starting to sting. Like you have these good early fights, but like you're just getting picked, and it's just gonna start to add up.
Kashir
over to the Domina.
This is a pick, man. I actually kind of like what they're sticking on here. They're gonna make it really, really hard for Gap to play the game, but you have to make sure your Domina doesn't die, which I think is something that Amplify may look to do a lot.
So I think you'll have to like try to bounce this point, right? Like whether or not Elemental has to do it, and if Elemental does, how do you care that? You know
Kashir's just gonna sit on the high ground here, drops the barrier, but Gap is just able to kind of sit on the point here. And
also, Cave over to the Emre.
Gonna go in now.
Elemental
into the wall, and Elemental guy get a Blade. Looking for the Diva, but the Kirish just dropped into this, and Blade not gonna find anything here. Elemental guy needs to live, but gonna go down. Tons of ultimate dropped into this from Pivot though, but support's been layered.
Gap is low.
Getting swung on by the Brig, has bomb available.
Well, they will give him the pick at the. Oh my god! Kashir died!
Oh my god! What a boot from Ewan. And J-Man gonna find Chef, looking for Jono. No one's capped the point yet. Cave and Jono, the only ones left here for Pivot, and not gonna be able to do enough. But Elemental guy's actually back here, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do enough. Gonna go down, and it's gonna be another retake from the side of Amplify. And honestly, like that boot from Ewan is literally fight winning, bro.
Oh yeah, it just. Ewan has got these boots down pat, by the way. Shout out. I mean, I was aware of Ewan still as a player, and you're starting to see more of it in action here. That being said, Ewan will also have beat, which could really leverage them to more of this fight. Chef over to the Lucio again here. Not again.
Elemental guy gonna eat a rail super early here. J-Man about to have overclock. We'll
see if he decides to use
it here or not, but gonna eat the nade from Cave. Beat's gonna get dropped into this from Ewan. They're gonna get super aggressive off of it.
Instantly.
And yep, it's good night. Everyone on Pivot. See if they can potentially find a trade, but it doesn't look like it. Chef just gonna go off the map here, but the beat was dropped into it. So, maybe not the end of the world. Coming up on a Domino ult and an Emery ult, but it's going to be the overclock and the pulse bomb available for Amplify.
I will say, not only with the position that Amplify has, but like also like the ult situation and all that, it looks scary right now. It's interesting to this match. It's going to be a bit hard to get into here. Like, if they can just play the fight slow and like force you to just hard commit point at one of these, it's going to be dodgy. Cave has to go first.
They're really trying to trade onto this Diva here. Really conscious effort from Elemental guy, but maybe just a little too aggressive. Gonna go down. J-Man finds Chef. Cave gonna go down. Kinda everyone on Amplify is gonna contribute to this one, and they're gonna go and win Surabasa 3-1 and go up 2-1 in the series.
Well, there we go. Can we get a quick tab?
Yes. In a second.
Yeah, I've capped.
Holy Gap, bro. Holy Gap dropped a super nuke.
I mean, just all of Amplify. It was very interesting to see that match, though. Like, just gradually they got more and more playing into interesting Pivot, and by the end of it, quite different performance-wise.
No, yeah.
So that's a
they
really
like. I think they really built confidence as the map went on. I think honestly the Winston comp was a really nice shout on that first point. And I think it really surprised Amplify potentially. Weren't expecting it, but they adjusted really fast. Biz hopped onto the Tracer, and you can see the game started to really open up. I think it was just that Biz couldn't really get a lot done on the Vendetta, and honestly, like I didn't know the tech that Genji was marking out the Vendetta so early in these fights was like as impactful as it was. I think Elemental guy did a really good job of that. I think it made it really hard for Biz to play the game. And once he hops over to the Tracer, even if he gets forced out, he still has the ability to do a little more in some of these fights.
Also, yeah, I think another thing as well is that with the Vendetta, it's a bit more middle of a play, you know what I mean? And when it's especially a bit like that long with points, just like the first Surabasa, right? Where Cabe is constantly building these rails, and there's just so many shots going at a time you actually get to some situation, you might be getting things forced off of you or your team, right? Whereas with the Tracer, you can take a lot more space, focus a lot more by yourself, and not needing much, you know? And I think that stylistic change for them is what helps them. aside from like a lot of heroics, especially coming from Gap there, way well played. Like you with the boots.
Dude, that point where Gap got like 3Ks in a row, like 4K and the 3K back to back was actually Thanos mode, bro. Like Jesus Christ, Diva player so activated. We'll see if we can continue. In map 4, we're going to Esperanto, and it's gonna be a Vendetta ban for interesting pivot. Amplify. We'll have a return ban here. We'll see what it is. I don't know what they get rid of though. Probably Winston. I'm thinking Winston, to be 100% honest, bro. Like. I think they've kind of struggled against it kind of the entire series. So, in my opinion, it's kind of a no-brainer. Get rid of Winston.
You know what I'm thinking?
See what you can do. Tell me.
I'm thinking the same damn thing. I like that a lot from you. I think that's the best pick because what else?
What else do you get rid of? I mean, we'll see what it is. It's been locked in. Lineups are being finalized, but I think it is a Winston ban or walk back to the ghetto, bro. Low-key.
Walk back to the ghetto. That brings up some memories for me.
No, but yeah, I think the Winston ban is the best thing. Kashir's just been such a raid boss on it so far. I'd be kind of surprised if they went the other way, but I mean, I've really brainstormed another ban. So
I mean, also like to think like more about what you think about it. Right when you take Kashir off of the Winston, what's the ban? Let me check. Gotta back to this. Ramatra ban.
Interesting ban, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was the ban the Winston, thug it out kind of series. I'm not gonna lie to you. So this one,
son, Gap. I saw something.
Is a little more.
Don't give me hope. So my thought were if you were Ben to Winston, like, what could Kashir go on? Right, we've seen like the dominant show up. Granted,
yeah. I don't know what Kashir would play. Maybe Ramatra, bro. Like I don't know. It would be interesting.
No, it would have been the Ramatra. It would be the Ramatra, but also like. Do you struggle into that as much? Like, what does Gap go here? Do you think we see a Malga on Esper?
I kind of want to see the Gap Malga, bro. It gives me so many memories to amplify.
It does.
WCS, bro. I want to see the Gap.
I know. I was watching those too. Let's add a Sombra to that too. Why not? You know what I mean? But Gap on Diva was not like a concern at all. It was great, so you can also consider that. And look at our situation. Mind you, Nodi's also back in here. Elemental out. Seems like we'll be seeing a Tracer Mirror with just the only difference, our tanks and our hit scans.
No, yeah, it is the Tracer Mirror. I think we probably could have predicted this, except for Gap. We didn't know what Gap was going to play, but it was probably Malga or Diva. Yeah. And then obviously the comp from the side of Pivot, fairly obvious here. You're leaving Winston on the table. Cabe just going to play hit scan, and then Nodi on the Tracer. Interesting one.
You know what I'm curious to see throughout the series, if it does go further? What would the support ban situation be here? Because like both teams, excluding this map,
there's a Kiri ban waiting to be happened, bro. No one's using.
There's a grenade. There's a grenade waiting.
No, yeah.
There's a grenade waiting, bro.
We're gonna see how the Sojourn versus the Emery kind of plays out here. Sure, getting poked so early by Gap, but this minute just stay alive.
Nobody going over to that point here. Full rotate, by the way.
Yeah, J-Man.
J-Man looking low.
Rotating over here. Nodi applying a little bit of pressure, but doesn't find anything. And now Gap taking a turn, looking to apply some pressure to the backline here. On to Cabe. Cabe about half and Chef.
Oh my god.
Gets chunked down. Looks like a team effort from Amplify to find that opener. But J-Man
and now look at this
really low. And Nodi gonna go down next. Kashir looking for more. Biz already found 2 though. J-Man's gonna find Kashir, and it's just Jono left. Gonna get staggered a little bit.
Oh man. Oh man. Please have some kindness in your heart.
Oh my god, this stagger is long, bro. Holy cow.
Unethical. It is unethical. Only thing I can say about that, but you know, that's what we kind of.
Yeah, and they're walking up super earlier, taking full advantage of it. No Kiri available to keep everyone alive, but.
And this should just be checkpoint, no?
It might be. I don't think so. I think there should be another fight for Pivot here. We'll see if they can potentially
also, look at Hutch's ult charge. Oh my god, that is scary.
No, yeah, this Kiri is really farming right now. Kashir's in, but taking so much damage.
Kashir will live.
Doesn't manage to make it out, though. Hutch still building up towards ult. And Gap's going to find Nodi super early in this fight. So it's going to be basically a free checkpoint for Amplify. Gap on the hunt, looking for more, but it's going to be a nice fight for Pivot.
Ace, it will be the checkpoint. Hashtag I'm the noob. All tank ultimate situation will look quite similar here. Hutch will have the big advantage on community, probably the biggest thing to watch here as well. Ewan with a good lead. And look at J-Man with the Emerald too. We're getting scary here. Both balls will be mirrored from both teams, and just a slow fight on the.
Yeah, you see Amplify, they're just playing this high ground. They're kind of like daring Pivot to make something happen. They have the lead, so they have no reason to get aggressive here. Suzu's going to come out, but Cabe's going to go down early in this fight. Gap finds another opener. This Diva player has not looked back since map 3. And Kashir
I would have
so
to
low.
agree, and
J-Man
Nodi
gonna
dead as
find
well.
Nodi, and it's bad news Bears, man.
It's starting to build up.
It's starting to really roll up. No ults have been used so far from either team. And a massive ult bank for Amplifies that look to potentially even complete the map here. 80 meters already accumulated. Hutch. They have 5 literally.
Is it going to be 100 by next fight?
It realistically really could be. And it's going to be the ult from J-Man.
J-Man with the M-Ray.
Looking for
He's
some
looking
kills.
a bit low, but
honestly,
kite.
a really nice kite from Pivot here. Nodi needs to be
Oh my
careful.
God.
Doesn't want to get caught. Going to eat a ton of damage, though. B going to get dropped in from Ewan. Kirish from Jono. Has to live. Nodi taking so much damage. And so many ults still available from both teams. And it looks like interesting pivot. They're going to be the ones to initiate first. Cabe going to find a nice 2-tap here. Gashir drops the primal into this as well to stay alive. Ewan will make it his way out. Gap will as well. And honestly, for Amplify, that's not a bad fight. Like, they got everything out but beat for their beat in the Emery ult. So they're going to have a free Kirish next fight with the bomb on Gap. So I think it's going to get really sticky really fast.
I would say quite handsome returns there, but hey, we talking about 100 meters. It is not at a. Maybe that is.
It's
a number
96,
that
bro.
changes everything.
We're taking 96, 100, bro.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just saying maybe that 4 meters is what changes the map. Who knows?
Yeah, no, I want to see how Hutch uses the rush here.
I mean, so much damage on Kashir. They already have to.
Yeah, he has to get out. And now I think it really makes this rush way easier. Yeah, here it comes from
there you
Hutch.
Go.
And the beat's gonna get dropped in from Chef, but we'll see if they can potentially find a kill. J-Man gonna take so much pressure here and gonna go down. Jono finds the opener, but Cabe is so low. Chef gets traded. Nodi finds Hutch. So 3v3 now. Gap still has the bomb available, but it's going super low. Jono has to TP out.
Living. Shield will be good, bubble will be good for that as well, but John looks
like the Diva just gonna opt to leave here. Biz has to get out as well.
And mark the Biz.
But gonna get walked down by the Winston and the Tracer. So +1 situation now for Pivot, and if they're gonna get back in the map, they need to find a really big fight win here. Nodi has the pulse bomb.
And yeah, now it'll just be like, it's only gaps like DMAC here, which probably isn't enough. John will be like 60% to the Kitsune rush. Another thing to consider here.
And you can see
he's playing the corner, and look at that damage with the Hutch.
Really low, TP's out, stays alive, and Gap gonna have bomb force
Gap
here.
Gap gets DMAC. Yeah, bomb will be okay. No one dies the bomb.
Found this time though.
Oh my God,
Ewan found a crazy boop, and now no ult's available for either team besides this pulse bomb. Jono quickly building up to a Kiri rush. Biz in the back line here. In this Tracer duel, it's getting dangerous, but Jono's dead. Gap finds the opener here. Pulse bomb still available from Nodi if he wants to use it, but Kashir's won it without the Kiri available to carry him. Not going to be able to stay alive. Pulse goes wide for Nodi and Amplify. They found another fight win here. This Diva player is so activated, bro. Holy fuck.
Without a single doubt, I agree with that opinion right now. Kashir will be building up to that primal Jono Kitsune, most important ult in this fight, other than J-Man's. Depends how they played, if they go early or not, right? Are they going to let this fully hit to the 96-meter point again, or are they going to fight before that, you know? Gap wants to fight for that top there, wait for Kashir to commit to something, and I think we'll be rotating back to this half.
Yeah, Cabe, but he's for rail, but gonna get forced early here. J-Man dropping the ult into this, and he sees a bunch of squishies in front of him. Looking for Nodi potentially and Kashir, but Hutch is going to be the first to go down in this. Biz does trade Jono though. Kashir has primal. J-Man draws super low, and it's going to be kills found for Pivot here. 3v2 in their favor. Gap and Ewan the only ones left. The duo. Can they make something happen here? Kashir doesn't want to use primal here. But
and I don't think we'll need to, but
doesn't have to. Gap going to die. 98's a bomb, and
that's
this
Diva
going to get staggered. Maybe not.
Oh my God!
I mean, actually, yes, does, but Chef needs to be careful. The rest of Amplify is back already, but looks like it won't matter too much. And Kashir's looking for follow-up here. I mean, all these squishies are available in the small room. And Gap's going to get a late spawn. No, he gets a good spawn. That's actually really big.
So we're going to fight back at this neutral again. I'm really curious to see what happens here. They're still going to be taking Caves just ultimately.
I think J-Man might get victimized this next fight, bro. Don't know
I think that's a big of the target.
Don't know why,
no,
but Gap,
I think there's
he's in here. And Cave has to be careful here.
Oh my God!
But Jono's
so
gonna fight
scary.
Biz. Wait, Biz! Micro kill from the Kiriko. And now it's a +1 situation for Pivot. B gonna get dropped by
out as well.
And JF gonna match it here. And J-Man, we said he's gonna get victimized. Goodbye, sir. Cave drops the overclock into this one. But gets traded. Gap, massive trade. And still has bomb available. He drops it into the fight.
We'll use
it. Might be in the
bubble
as well, so Everyone on pivot has to be careful. Pulse bomb goes wide from Nodi, and they're really pushing
They're gonna
cart.
take the cart though.
They're giving up so
Oh
much
my god,
space
look
here.
at Gap!
Jono on the high ground has to find some way to live. Kashir still has the
Chef
primal,
is
but Chef
dead.
goes dead. Hutch does get traded though. This fight is messy as Jono's gonna get found. This diva,
Gap gets
he needs to
another!
find more. Sheer so one in Gap. He's done so much so far, looking for more, but it looks like it's just a kite from pivot here. 45-meter deficit. And they're waiting for the respawns now, but they still haven't gotten that first checkpoint.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like here's the thing, like it looks a bit dire, but there's still such a good situation for them. Like if Pivot can sometimes leaves these fights right, they can be at a really good spot. But now all they have is that primal and they're building to that Kitsune here. But they have the Kitsune advantage, which they can just.
No, you can see Kashir going in deep, still has the primal available, and Gap in return going in himself, looking for anything here, but it's gonna be the curious from Hutch. And Gap taking so much damage, he gets D-Max!
Look at D-Max out of the Suzu here! That's the most important thing.
A punter from the Diva player! And now Amplify, they're on the back heel. Pivot, they need to find a way to capitalize.
Oh my
Gap
god, they're gonna pick
Gap.
Gap!
Go down to Kashir. And Chef gonna get traded from Biz.
But Chef-
4v4. The Winston's
but
still
look at this little
available.
room
It
here.
still has the
Ewan needs to
primal.
run.
Ewan gonna be able to live, and J-Man gonna
And
be
J-Man,
caught out.
I'm sorry.
And gonna
J-Man,
go
I'm
down.
sorry.
And interesting pivot, man. They need this fight bad. They need this checkpoint bad.
If they can get
They're
if
looking for
they can
follow-up
get an early pick, if they can get a pick, it'd be so massive for them. I think we can get
and
to 5
Hutch,
meters.
you
Oh
can't
my
die
god, look
here.
at this!
You need to make sure you live. And Kashir,
Oh
gonna
my
drop
god,
primal
Pivot!
onto this, looking for more. Hutch is
But look at
dead.
this!
You win. Also, he's
Kashir
careful.
will-
And Kashir
will be get
looking for
captured.
more under the
You win.
Lucio, but is he gonna find it? It's gonna be the kills for Amplify.
But the
J-Man
team
and
is
Biz,
low!
they've killed their counterparts, and now it's a 4v3 in Amplify's favor. Kashir has to jump out. Jono has the Cure Rush. We'll see if
Jono
he
has
decides
the
to
Cure
use
Rush.
it.
They might commit
Biz
to it, and
goes
Biz is
down,
dead.
but Chef gets traded,
Gap
so
looking
I
low.
think it's still advantage to Amplify here, but the checkpoint's been found. Jono has the Cure Rush
Well, I
available.
think Kashir can live. Kashir can just live right now.
Jono, you
So
have to
Jono
find a
needs to
way,
not
but
die.
he's dead.
Oh,
and
that's
now
a bad one. That's a
Amplify.
bad one. That's a bad one.
It's a fight when found. Also, he took what perk? Anyways.
But now you're looking at this shit. They're gonna have Beat. They're gonna have Pulse. They're gonna have D-Make, and they're gonna have OC soon as well. This kid Beat fight. I think they must find something early here. I think nobody kind of.
Yeah, J-Man, you gotta be careful.
But look at
this.
this.
Winston's hunting. Here's the Kitsune coming out. Ewan gonna drop the beat into this Chef.
Beat going
Still
out.
10%
Chef
till
doesn't
he
have
gets his
it.
own here. And J-Man gonna find
Full
it. Oh, there's the
die.
beat. It's gone, J-Man. That's a massive kill here early in the team fight. Looking at Kashir, the Winston, no bubble, and J-Man has overclock available. He can smell a victory here.
Could be so useful here. Jono looking low cop.
Kashir has to find a way to
Kashir
live, but it's
low
gonna be
with
Biz
the
finding the kill, and J-Man knows victory's coming here.
Jono gets on the.
Kashir
There we
goes
go.
down. Jono finds a trade, but it's not enough. And the Sojourn player, man, activated. Chef gonna drop a
Oh
last
my
second beat.
God.
Not gonna labor any fruit though. And Amplify. They look scary for a second, but they're gonna ice it out on here on map 4, and they're gonna win the series 3-1.
I mean, that's just an exact threat, eh? For you, for me, I went for the gimmick, but I had some thoughts there. Very well played from both teams, though. Interesting pivot, showing a lot of. There's still more teams than Masters this season, but Amplify. You know that team. You know the names and you know the players. Exactly. Well played from them.
Yeah, really, really great series from Amplify. Look at this play of the game from J-Man, man. Holy Sojourn player, turbo activated. But yeah, I mean, what a series from Amplify, man. Interesting pivot, though. I told you there's real signs of life from this roster, especially as of late. This Amplify team is undefeated. I don't think they've dropped a map yet. So this is I think this is their first map loss of the season. So that just goes to show you, this pivot roster, they may have started at the bottom, but you can't sleep on them, and you really, really have to prepare.
I don't think they're not going to stay there, in my opinion. After seeing a performance like that, they can't, right? I mean, we don't know anything, right? Everything happened.
Yeah,
if they keep working together, playing, reviewing things, like they're looking good, especially that Winston comp.
No, yeah,
that's a great. Like,
the Winston from Kashir was really, really, really nice. So we'll see if potentially. One second, I'm looking at the other matches. It looks like everything's resolved, but Vivacity Wink, which is really behind right now, and Vivacity is up 2-0. I kind of want to slide into this last second, bro. Should I?
If you want to, I'm here. If you want to, I'm here.
Wink's up 2-0 on Numbani. This could go the distance, dude. I'm gonna drop a face request. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Well, this is a short stream, but I mean, really, yeah, we can do a little bit of closeout on this match as we look for the next one here. But yeah, shout out to Amplify, man. That was a really, really nice series. I think Gap was. I'm gonna go player of the match. Gap. I don't think anyone should have. I think it's fairly obvious, in my opinion, why I'm gonna choose him for player of the match.
Yeah, I'm not denying. Yeah, I agree with you fully. I mean, just ever so prevalent throughout this entire series.
Yeah, literally just a wall. It felt like whenever Amplified, they really, really needed a fight win. Gap either found an opening kill or he just found like a 3K randomly. So, I mean, you got to give credit to your Diva player. He had a monster series. But honestly, all of Amplified played really, really well. Second MVP, though,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Ewan, bro. That Lucio,
I was going to say that as well.
Slippery.
I'm gonna say as a tank player, if I have to play against Lucio, like, I want to rip my hairs out. So, I agree with that as well. Like those boops were big. Even just like the overall play, very smart play. You know, it was kind of hard to catch Ewan out. The one time that we saw it, Bubba saved that. But this roster's just looking really good. You understand why they are. I mean,
No, yeah, I think it's fairly obvious why. They're a top team in Masters right now, which is really refreshing to see. I think that they had their struggles at times, especially some of these players. I think J-Man was on that Shigami team from last season that struggled to potentially like get
Also-
going, get the motor going. But it's nice to see a player like him bounce back.
oh, there we go, son.
What?
Did you get into the? Oh, you didn't get.
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm waiting to see. I got it in the series.
No, but yeah, but that like looking at that Amplify team, like all the players are good in there. I mean,
I
Both
submitted
teams
the
have a lot.
request. Hi, unfortunately, it's not when the match is being played. Okay, no worries. Thank you.
so,
Okay, so
I'm
we're
assuming so
cucked.
now.
We're cucked. If I use the form though, they'd let me in, bro. So we don't get to watch. But it's gonna be it's streamed on the Vivacity channel, so I'm gonna throw us a raid on over there.
Go watch that. Map fives are always great to see.
Oh yeah, bro.
The level that it's at. Oh my god.
No, yeah. Map 5's or it's not map 5 actually. I think there was some delay in the series. They're on map 3, but Wings full capped. They're down 2-0, so it would be reverse sweep territory if they can manage to get anything going here. I'm gonna check the broadcast schedule so I can see who's streaming this. Oh, it looks like a few people are. I'm gonna give Dex this raid, bro. Dex is really cool. Dude, okay. Shout out to FaceIt Evans. I asked to get added, and he was like, sorry, I can't add you to ongoing match or whatever. And I was like, no worries, bro. Thanks for the comms or whatever. And he was like, thank you for your comprehension, bro. And I was like, no worries, I guess, bro.
I think they might be tired over there, and they might have just experienced.
No, yeah,
Pressure.
obviously for sure. But no, yeah, what a series. Honestly, like I'm really happy that Pivot had Signs of Life. But you never know. We'll see how it plays out for the rest of the season. They're definitely like, I'm definitely gonna move them up on my tier list, but I don't know how far. But I don't have too much to say on the match. Really big shout out to the Amplify guys still, like Gap Ewan, Masterclass, J-Man's my king. But besides that, that's the end of the week for us. I don't have any plans to do anything on the weekend. I think there are like a handful of reschedules on Sunday, but that's a game time decision for me because Sundays are weird. Definitely no Saturday streams. I don't think there's anything really going on there. So let me see. But I'm about to ring a scrim, so I'm gonna head out. But yeah,
Wow.
Join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Ha! I'm gonna make it short and sweet today. So I'm just gonna send us on over to Hunterton.
Take care, everyone.
And thank you for watching this one. Sorry the ending was weird. Tried to get into the other game a little. But
Try our best.
it is what it is. But yeah. W Hunterton. And yeah, good series. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you hopefully on Monday. Tier lists are coming out. Our power rankings are coming out on Sunday, so stay tuned for those. I know some people like watching them. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.